What I see here, apparently I can't draw circles, but I swear I know how to decorate rooms. Hello, my creative weirdos. Welcome to another shopping vlog. I just got into the office. What up, neon sign? You're blingin'. This is a shopping vlog for Alicia Marie's white, retro-inspired, pastel Palm Springs room that you guys have already seen. But this video is all about the shopping for that room. Now, guys, this is gonna be a different shopping vlog if you couldn't tell by the title. I didn't shop for anything in stores. So, because I shot this entire video online, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to actually answer a question I get a lot from you guys, which is how to decorate an entire room online. Without further ado, I will wake up my computer and we will go shopping together. Yay! My office is calling. Oh, there's Joey. And there she is. Okay, I'm sitting here now at my desk, opened up all the necessary programs. So yeah, let's get into it. In my case, Joey and I went over to Alicia's place and we just spent some time in the room. I chatted with her about her hopes for the space, her design style, etc. while Joey did the measuring of the space. And now the way that Joey does that is he has this little book and he just measures and kind of draws like a very rough floor plan so that he just gets the shape of the room and inputs all of those measurements. And then once we're back at the office on our computers, we lay out the floor plan, which I will show you in a later step. But it is very important that you get your measurements. It is also very important that you do like what I did here. You take before photos. So as you can see, these are just iPhone photos I took. I like to have them on my phone because later when I am buying stuff for the space, I want to be able to look and visually see the space again. So aside from this one time I went and visited, this was the only time I was ever in the space before I then went and shopped for it. So there were certain aspects of this room, like where the bed was on this wall and where the vanity was here, and also the TV being like in this, you know, area corner that I was like, okay, this is working with the floor plan, so mental note. So step one, we've analyzed the room in the existing state and we're ready to move on to step two. So inspiration photos are really important to get inspired, stating the obvious. It is really important when you're working with somebody else because this is the opportunity for you to get into their heads. So I always ask whomever I'm working with to please send me 2 to 5, not more than 5 usually, photos that inspire them, that they look at and they go, oh my God, goals, this is what I want my space to look like. And so that way I am seeing the world through their eyeballs, so to speak. These are the photos that Alicia herself sent me. Girl went a little crazy. I said 2 to 5, she sent me more, but it's cool because I could see from these images what she was thinking. So as you can see by this room here, it is very bohemian. Now what is bohemian about this room? Well, there's a sheepskin here, aged wood, there's sort of rumpled linens, there's another furry pillow here, the walls are distressed, there's hanging plants. This is very, very bohemian. But then hang on a second, she didn't make my life easy. Oh no, because she also sent me this image and also this image. So now what do we see about these rooms? Not really bohemian, right? Definitely way more mid-century. Look at this sort of tapered legs of this bench, these clean lines here of this headboard. I also looked at these other elements here. So there's a nice clean mirror here. There's a cactus, you know, again, these stands like this plant stand here, very, very mid-century. Here we have pale pink, we have a poof on the floor. And then she sent me this photo, which I adore and was a huge jumping off point for a DIY project that I wanted to do, which is take a picture of her wearing a hat in her pool. So now you guys can see how I've analyzed these photos. So let's get on to the next step. I cannot emphasize enough to you guys how important a proper floor plan is for a successful room, because you literally dream too big for space. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and then it doesn't fit. Or another trap that people fall into is they're afraid of something fitting in the space, so they buy something too small. And so then the scale is just all off. So scale is so important for successful design, and floor plan is key for that, especially when you're ordering stuff online. Because you're not seeing it in person, you have to pay really close attention to the dimensions of something and make sure you're able to input that into your floor plan. Speaking of floor plan, the program that I love to use is Planner 5D, and it's planner5d.com. And you can create a profile and you can create projects and lay out your floor plan. You would take the measurements that Joey's written in his book and input those into the program. It's really user-friendly. I'm just gonna kind of show you some of the basics. So this is Alicia's bedroom empty. We have this long hallway here. We have her fireplace here. We have the doors to her outside balcony. We have the window. This was where her bed was. So this is our jumping off point. It's super easy to lay this out. You literally just, like I was saying, input all of your measurements so that you know that the room in your Planner 5D is the same size as your actual room, because it helps you get the perfect size items. Like I'm telling you, you don't want too small, you don't want too big, you want it perfect. So another thing to also think about is walkway space, which you can totally see in a floor plan as well. You want to try to have at least 3 feet in the main walkways, and then you can get away with like 22 inches in between furniture items that are less of like a pass-through. And then I'm gonna open up, because I have another one here that is actually the same room, but with furniture input into it. I haven't finished laying in all the furniture yet, just so I could show you guys some of that. Floor plan overhead, I can see that there's a little bit of a naked area here. So a way to remedy that would be to put a rug down. So I go with a simple one here. Boom, that's gorgeous. With a king size bed, we want a nice big cozy rug. So I'm loving this size. I think this is gonna make it really cozy. Remember, the scale of the furniture should match the scale of the room. And let's go into 3D mode. So you just press on the 3D button. And ta-da, we are outside Alicia's room. Let's step inside, shall we? This is a really helpful tool to be able to see, all right, that space looked okay from overhead, but does it look okay inside the room? Now that I'm looking at this room in the room, I feel like this corner wants something. So definitely gonna keep that in mind. Now we're gonna move on to the mood board. Everything I'm showing you guys is an essential part of the design process, because the mood board is essentially the map. It is taking the elements that I plan to put in the room and put them all on a board together so I can show the client or whoever I'm working with and we can be on the same page. And this is the mood board that I created and sent to Alicia. I have the bohemian room here. I have the more composed mid-century room here. And I also have this room showing marble wallpaper because I really want to do that in her space. And so of course I had to have that somewhere represented so that she could see it, which by the way, guys, she approved this mood board. There may be a red flag on the mood board where someone's like, you know, I love it except this one thing. So that is really another test for me to kind of see if there are any like moments for people, and there weren't any, which was great. And then obviously I pulled another reference image here. She had sent me this one. I found this one, just again representing that vibe of the pool photo with the hat that I really want to take. So this is just really how the mood board came together, and she loved it. And now the harder part comes, where I have to take these already existing photos of rooms that are not Alicia's and make them real life by doing some very careful, very purposeful shopping. When you're gonna be decorating a space the way that we decorate a space, which is go in and just boom, install in one day, obviously you have to have shopped every single element. So the way to do that and the way to make sure that you don't go over budget is to create a spreadsheet. So I like to use Google Spreadsheets, and basically there's an estimated ballpark number for the entire space, which you guys can come up with what you're comfortable spending, etc. And then what I like to do is I take that estimated budget and I fill it in for all the items that I need to get for the space. And you see how specific I'm getting with each thing. And don't forget about things like deliveries and an installer if you need to pay an installer for wallpaper, etc. Just try to get all of that itemized out into your guesstimate, and that way it's also easier to go shopping for those things because you can go, all right, I love this bed, but how much did I allot for myself? And then it's also a great way to figure out where you can save money. So like in certain cases of, you know, the art and photo and frames right there, I'm like, all right, we're gonna DIY it. We're gonna DIY a picture of her. We're not gonna be spending money on any expensive artwork because we're making it ourselves. Then once you start shopping, I also do actual budget, actual cost. So budget is boring, but necessary and essential. Time for step 6. So I've said this before in some of the shopping blogs where I'm actually going into stores, but really important to think about once you have your mood board and you know your vibe of the space, you know your style of the space, you can think about what stores fit that vibe. Now, as you can see, I have the floor plan open. I always have the floor plan nearby whenever I'm shopping online because the dimensions are so important. So as I am falling in love with the items, as I'm visiting these websites, I go, hang on, before I fall too in love, is this gonna fit? Is this gonna work? So this is the shopping board that I built while I was shopping for Alicia. So every single piece that I liked, that I then confirmed would work with the budget and would also work with the floor plan, I dragged the product listing image onto a new clean board in Photoshop so that I could see how they all played together. Because the way that I personally like to design is to not do sets of things. So even though this bed came with, you know, matching chairs and stuff like that, I didn't want to get a matching chair to that bed. I want to do things that complement each other and just surprising, just more nuance. So what I do is I put all that stuff in my cart, and before I check out, I make sure that it's all working together. So I will spend a good 2 solid days just on my computer, just troubleshooting, like, oh wait, I like these bedside tables better. Should I get a different dresser, etc. I will not check out of any of the carts until I'm sure that every single thing in those carts is what I want. So let me check out West Elm. I go, okay, I know the style is very mid-century, and I just would kind of look. I'd also look at CB2, another very like clean lined place. Stores like West Elm and CB2 are definitely where you would like get some more of those splurge items, those items that she would keep for a long time, and then you could fill in with some accessories and things that are easier to change out at stores like IKEA and Target and Amazon and Wayfair and blah, 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 blah. So that is how I shop online. That is how hopefully you guys will shop online. Before I end this vlog, let's just take a little sneak peek at the actual room and Alicia seeing the room. I got a little bit of behind the scenes footage while we were installing the space and the day of the install, you know, of course, the most exciting day. So let's check that out. All right, guys, we are in Alicia's room. We got drop cloths down, and look at these rolls of wallpaper here. We have to make sure we're putting the right rolls on the right walls. There are 4 walls in this room. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a hallway here. It is not the easiest project. And we have our lineup of hats and our model.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too. All right, so we're gonna play around with this watermelon floaty. All right, I've got my camera, 24mm 1.4, so we can get a nice wider shot. And we've got a ladder over a pool. We'll see what we get. Okay guys, look at how amazing. So obviously change the blues a little bit to kind of like a more pastel-y green. The hat saturated a little more, and then her hair a little desaturated. But I just love the feeling of this. Okay, so we're done with the room. We got our reveal shots, and now we are going to reveal to Alicia. And she loves it! So that was the shopping vlog, guys. I'm out here by Alicia's pool. It's gorgeous. The sun is setting. My brain is setting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this shopping vlog. Of course, it was a little bit different. Hope you guys got some major tips for your online shopping. And of course, my creative weirdos, I love you so much. And thank you so much for all your support and all your just sweet, amazing comments. Really, really make my day. So thank you, and subscribe if you haven't. Love you so much. And I'll see you later. Bye. Mr. Kate.
Just don't fall into the water.
Obviously.
Just whatever you do.
Whatever you do, what?
I don't know. Don't fall.
Oh, that's good. That looks real safe. And a face plant.
Maybe we won't go that extreme angle. It's just like such a butt shot of you.
Don't butt shot me, Joey.
What?
What's going on? I can't.